Okay. Okay, sorry, what did they say?
Okay, so in order to book the appointment, we would, for the well check for the child, we are required to give vaccines. All of our 7 pediatricians are strongly believe in vaccinating the children, especially with the recent outbreaks and things that they have going around the world. So unfortunately, I would have, in order to make the appointment, I would have to have the insurance information and that you'll be willing to vaccinate at the appointment.
Okay, well, that's what I was asking. Is that person on the close to you? Because I was asking what vaccines my baby needs, and you didn't know.
Okay, the only way I could check it is to see what is in the Nevada WebIZ if they've gotten shots in Nevada before.
Okay, well, how many are they going to give in one visit? Like, what's the max they could give him?
4.
4, yeah, can you at least tell me which ones those are so my husband and I can look into it before we have to get to the appointment?
What is the last name of the child, please?
Can you please tell me what I need to get vaccines for?
I am trying to help you, ma'am, and look up the child's name in the WebIZ so I can tell you what shots those are.
Well, he's not in a WebIZ because I told you this is his first visit.
Okay, just a moment.
This is crazy. So they're saying that pediatricians, their entire office will not see a kid unless they're on the schedule. And this is, mind you, this is Nevada. This is not California. This is not New York. It's not a communist state. So for the religious exempt for some of these pediatricians does not matter. Exactly. It just still kept me on here. There's a crying baby in the background, I know. Oh, that's normal. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, it'd be so much faster if I just drove there.
So, ma'am, I was checking with my front office supervisor. Has the child had any vaccines at all since birth?
No.
Okay.
I don't.
So basically we'll be like starting all over. The first vaccine they usually give is at birth, which is the hepatitis B.
Yeah.
Then they usually give that one at like 2 months. And then that's the last series of that. So that you get shots at 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, and at a year. And so basically it will like be starting all over. So you would have to discuss with the doctor to see exactly where the child's at, what we will be able to give at the age of 1. And it would be more like 3 or 4 of them at the time of visit. As far as breaking it down exactly which one it would be, we wouldn't really know since they haven't had shots since birth.
Okay. But is there anything that he's actually at risk for right now?
I mean,
I don't know.
That would be a medical assistant question, unfortunately, because they work with all the vaccines and what's, definitely required. The other option would be is if you were to contact Southern Nevada Health District, see what is exactly required. The other way you could do it is if you go to the CDC website, which is the Clark County Health District website.
Okay, the CDC. Okay.
Yeah, cdc.com. And you can pull up immunizations required,
okay.
And it will tell you, and it will break it all down as far as what shots are given at what age. Some pediatricians give all 4, like say for example at 2 months they require 4 shots. They give them all 4 at once. What we do is we don't have combination vaccines. They're all single live dose vaccines. So
wait, sorry, you have my husband's gonna like to hear that. You have single vaccines instead of the combos?
Correct.
So you have the
vaccines.
You don't believe in combination vaccines. So you have the solo measles shot.
Right, so if it is varicella, it's varicella. If it's mumps, it's mumps. If it's rubella, it's rubella.
Really?
Things like that.
I thought that it was the MMR, and the MMR was measles, mumps, and rubella.
There's a certain MMR that is not combined with anything else, and that's just strictly one live dose vaccine. So, like, if you get the MMR and the varicella, you would get those 2 that day. And they do one in one leg and one in another. That way, just in case if the child's never had that vaccine before, they have a reaction, we would be able to determine, okay, it was this one, it was this one. A lot of doctors do combination vaccines and give like 3 or 4 of them at a time, and if the child ends up having a reaction, it's really hard for them to determine which one it is.
I know, but you're telling me to go on the CDC site right now, and it's saying that the MMR is a combination of measles, mumps, and rubella. But you just said that
that's one vaccine. Yeah,
I know, but you just said you don't do combo vaccines, and that's a combo vaccine.
Usually they do the MMR with the polio. They usually combine those 2 together, but they don't do that. We don't do that here. It's just strictly the MMR.
Okay. Sorry, you really confused me. But
that's okay.
Did you ask the main person there about the whole religious exempt, the fact that Nevada allows people to have that, and did they just say no?
Unfortunately, our owner of the practice is really strong in believing in vaccinating the child, and we do, respect your preference. But unfortunately, we have to vaccinate every child that we see.
So regardless, what happens then if there is like a reaction? I'm just curious because I have friends and family that they've had issues, and in that case, what happens? Like, would I be able to then go after your pediatrician's office and in case something were to happen to him because he's going to be getting 4 shots at once?
If there's a reaction, it's usually like they have an allergic reaction. If they have an allergic reaction, it's usually within the first couple days. And if they have a reaction, you would notify us right away, and then we would have you bring in the child, and the doctor would go from there, and it would be documented on file that the child had a reaction to a certain vaccine.
How would you know which one caused it if you want me to give him 4 shots, though, in one day?
Because they don't put them all in the same spot. They will usually do one in one arm, one in another, one in one leg, one in the other leg, and each one is documented on file, like right side, right arm, left arm.
Oh, so you're talking about like a skin reaction type allergy, not like that my kid could now forever be allergic to peanuts and have problems with like casein.
Correct. So, like, for example, if it's not normal reaction for a vaccine is the area gets red, gets a little hard a little bit, sometimes they have a fever, that's normal reaction. Now, if they get a vaccine and they break out into, like, hives all over, and they get really red, that would be an allergic reaction to the vaccine.
Oh, okay. Sorry, okay. So you're saying they will see my baby if I at least vaccinate, but will they see him if I just choose to get like 1 at a time and space them out?
Correct. So on the first initial visit, we would see the child for the 1-year well check. Then what you would do is you go work out with the nurse and let them know and discuss it with the doctor and let them know, hey, I only want 2 shots today. I understand that my baby is behind and we want to get caught up. Then they would do like a catch-up plan. And usually what that means is we'll get you started on like 2 here and then have you come back in a month and have another 2 until just have you keep coming back every 6 weeks until the child is caught up to where the child needs to be.
Okay, so you would go by every 6 weeks. But, okay,
Correct.
That's good to know. So your pediatrician's office will not see him unless I vaccinate. And so as long as I space this out, then we could make an appointment. Sorry, I'm just writing all this stuff down because I have to talk with my husband about it to make sure that we want to go to this pediatrician's office.
Okay.
Okay, and you have 2 locations.
Correct.
Okay. So you won't, they don't honor the religious exempt at your location. And what about like health statements? Will they do that at least too for school so that the kids can go to school or go to daycare?
Yeah, as long as the child is up to date on vaccines and up to date on well check, then the doctor will be able to sign off on the form for daycare. If the child is not up to date on vaccines, the doctor will have to notate that on the form, notifying the daycare that the child is on a vaccine plan, that you're doing what they call catch-up until the child is completely caught up. Now, some daycares accept that and some daycares don't. So you would have to check into that as well with the daycares.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for at least breaking that down for me. Now I kind of understand a little bit. Yeah, the CDC site here that you told me to go to is giving me like a lot. It looks like he's due for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, if you haven't had anything since birth, like I said, you get another shot at it, like at a month, 2 months, 4 months, 6 months. Sometimes they do them at 9 months. 12 months, 15 months, and so on. Yeah. So.
Well, what happens? I got a question because you said that there's a measles outbreak right now. What happens if he gets the measles? Like, do you guys see patients that get the measles, and then like if we brought them in, will they treat them or no?
Usually with something like that, you would actually have to go to the ER because a lot of times they would have to put them on IVs.
Okay.
For like fluids and a lot of medication to control it.
Oh wow. So I guess it doesn't matter if my baby, if they see him and they already take a look at him and determine that he's pretty healthy, they're still going to want him to get vaccines, huh?
Correct.
Okay. So it's really just confusing how my baby survived this first year of his life, apparently. Okay. Well, thank you for your time. And it sounds like you need to read an insert and do more research. But I hope you have a great day. Bye.
You too. Bye.
So apparently, this is how all of these moms out there are getting bullied. This was just the admin person, the person that knows zip, zilch, okay?
Face of the company.
This is like the first face you see when you walk in. This is like who you talk to when you call. So that tells you a lot. And then you're going to go in and imagine the bullying behind the door, behind that door, right? Kimber, me too, because I live in a state where I'm allowed religious exempts. And these moms that are messaging in saying, well, how does that even work? Okay. This is the only time and the last time I'm going to tell you how to do this, okay? I saved it on my site for now before they pull this too. Go to tellyouLikeItis.com. It's I've stopped blogging for a while because they've pulled so many of my posts. But this blog in particular is called, oh my gosh, did they already remove it? Oh, it's called Get Religious, okay? This one. So if you go on tellyouLikeItis.com and find this picture that has nothing to do with vaccines, it was just a lovely day where the clouds looked kind of real. Then click on that and it will open up this form. And what I want you to do is, please open up, come on. What I want you to do is I want you to copy and paste all of this to a Word document or pages, whatever it is you use, okay? And I want you to, this doesn't apply to you if you're in California or New York, the other states that have gotten rid of this. But if you're in any of the other states that allows it, oh wait, goodness, okay. If you're in any of the states, please copy this, fill this out with your spouse, okay? Mother and father have to sign. That's important because if you and your significant other end up not being together anymore, people can get very hostile, people can get very dirty when it comes to the whole custody thing, and this will be your proof that there was a point in time where both you and your husband or you and your wife did agree on this so that they can't come after you in court and say, my wife is crazy, she doesn't want to vaccinate our kids. You need both signatures, or both, at least the signature. If you're not together with each other, it needs to be the signatures of both the parents, the mother and the father. Sign it. Oh, first of all, print it out, sign it. If you want for free, you could go to a credit union, get a notary to notarize the paper so it has a date, okay? And then get this. Don't even go to the pediatrician's office with that because they're not going to sign it. Go to the school. And when the admin lady at the school says, we need their up-to-date immunization records, then you say, here is my religious exempt because it's allowed in the state. You have to admit my kid into this school. Don't even go to, people are like, but I need the health statement. Don't I need the no, you don't. No, you don't. You just hand it over to the person at the office in the school that likely doesn't give it. Okay? They don't care. They just have to say the line that it's required, and it's not. And that's how you do it. Because it's appalling to me that I still get messages in my inbox from people that are in states like Texas going, my pediatrician told me they're not going to sign the religious exempt. They don't need to. They don't need to. You just bring it to the school. You bypass them altogether. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. We were told the same thing with our kids' schools. We need this, we need that. And I literally walked into the office. They told my husband too. They booted him out of there. They're like, no, we need to have that. I went in there and was like, no, you don't. The state allows this. And by the way, you know that there are children who can have HIV and hepatitis B and attend this school and nobody can go and look into their records. Just, it's here for you guys. It's just take it, okay? Take it. This is just adhere to our First Amendment rights guaranteed as citizens of the United States of America by this great Constitution and reinforced on a state level by the 14th Amendment without prejudice. Okay? You don't get to tell us. You don't get to tell us. And there is another thing that I need people to look into. I'm still trying to confirm this, but did you guys know that, where's the slip that was sent in to me? Oh my gosh, we've had a lot to talk about this morning. We did placentas, we did these visits. Speaking of, oh no, I'll save that for Advair's chat. Sorry, I have other things I got to get done today. Here, there is this section here. It's an article objection to disclosure of student records, and this should apply to everyone in California too. But it's an objection to disclosure of student information and records. So if you are sending your kid off to school, it says, pursuant to California Health and Safety Code Section 120440 and other applicable student-patient privacy laws, our family does not consent to sharing of our child's vaccination or exemption record or any other records on file which include medical information outside the school or any third-party sharing. Print this out, okay, and drop this off at your school too. Because this means that the school cannot, if people come in, look at this. This is an actual, document. These are rights that they're not teaching you about. But this means that the school is not allowed to, if somebody were to come in and want to look at all of these student records, if the school gives your kids records and you have this document, you can sue the school. I'm going to have to send this. It's on a PDF form. But I'm also trying to get checks on, I don't know, is Lyra still on? Lyra, are you still here? Because I feel like Jonathan Lockwood would know about this kind, like the legalities of this. Because this is the portion that gets to me. Lyra, if you're still on, let me know. Okay, can you ask Jonathan if this is for California? This document in particular, can you ask him if parents can use this? Because this might be a loophole. I'm going to send this to you after I'm done here. But look at this portion in particular. It states that schools, child care facilities, family child care homes, WIC service providers, yada, 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 okay, in the same manner as other, and blah, blah. These institutions and providers are subject to civil action and criminal penalties for the wrongful disclosure of information listed in subdivision and in accordance with existing law. Meaning these institutions like schools, daycares, all that, should not be allowed to release your kids' information. And that should be a loophole. You know, I just dig and I dig and I dig. Because what's happening right now, like I said last week, there's a bunch of very bored parents at home right now that are going to have to be at home homeschooling their kids, that are getting forced to do things that they don't want to do. They're being forced to now run for state assemblywoman, apply for public health officials, okay, run for city council, and oh yeah, look up a bunch of stuff that's already been put into place by law to protect us from tyrannical acts like this, that these like Pan and Gonzalez don't even care about. They're bypassing things that are like put into place already. That should be, it's kind of like, here's my religious exempt school, and oh yeah, here's documents, and here is the civil code for the state of California that says that you are not allowed to release this information. And if you do, I can sue your ass. Because I can't sue pharma, and I can't sue my doctor, so I'm going to sue you. And at that point, the admin woman is going to be like, yeah, whatever, lady, just give me your stuff here. Okay, their first day is this day, and this is our school dress code, and this is like, and then ask yourself why you still want your kid to go to an indoctrination camp like this, to be churned out and graduate and look at you in the face and go, Mom, I think communism and socialism are great ideas. I think we need to do this. Ask yourself then why you're begging for your... But I'm just saying, this might buy you time. Because apparently, we have been protected. And I don't see these things in these SB bills, but you know what? It's like, I'm afraid to say this, because what if the new amendment... What if they're like, oh, we got to push back the next hearing because we got to make a new amendment. First, you got to get rid of this one. Okay? It's not a robe or a top. It's like a... Actually, I guess it could be kind of both. I just tied it in the middle here. I had a bunch of these. They're like shirts. They're not that long. I got a bunch of them. I got a bunch of them in the Philippines for like $1 each. Okay, so, side note. Oh, and that water sound you're hearing in the back, that's my tower garden. That's this thing. Because you guys, we're trying to grow. My celery is really coming in. I got celery, I got kale. Yeah, because this thing here is tripping me out. But I feel like it's we got to look into this. Because I'm not ready. I don't want to do this stuff. I don't want to do any of this stuff. I'm happy just, slinging CBD and working on the detox stuff. And that should just be my life. I should be able to I have free time today, honey. Jeff, it's been forever since we've had a day date. Let's go out and just take time, you and I. And it's like, no, I can't. I got to jump on here and be like, parents, look at these things that you need to know how to do. I'm damn near ready to strap on one of those religious exempt boards across my chest and stand outside of these pediatricians' offices and just pass these out. You know that your kid has this, and I'm really only, what the thing is, I'm not even doing this for your kid. I'm doing this for mine, because my kid is now going to be subject to all this crap you're putting into your kid, and I got to, please, wake me up when Shedtember ends. You guys are messing with me. You know what I have to do right now? This is crap. I don't want to live like this. I hate that this is my life. I found myself in the Sprouts area. I found myself buying these things. These things, when you look in the thing, and there's like a million of these little things, and you're going, dude, what is that? And you pull down the roll, and you're like, I can't even go down that route. That is some crazy, holistic, what is that? I'm like, look at who I've become. Look at who I've become. I'm like, I gotta take my Sufficient C today. I got, this is, I don't want to do this. Gotta boost up my kids' immune systems big time now. You're gonna see me in the next 2 weeks here before my kids have to go to these things. And these moms, I understand if I was in California, but I'm in Nevada, for goodness sakes. You guys have freaking exempts. You don't have to do this crap. You don't have to enter into the hamster wheel that's gonna forever keep your kids dependent on their bull. And because I got to deal with this, and I got to deal with the zombie apocalypse outside my window every day, I'm just like, and then the same people, and then if I do a post on elderberry, and I'm literally like, it's cinnamon, clove, elderberry, the same people that won't even blink to giving their kids a Tylenol that's sending almost 500,000 people into the ER every year for freaking liver failure are going to be like, is that safe? Is it safe? I don't know. Are you safe to be parenting a child? This is This seriously sucks. I don't want to do any of this. But anyway, speaking of which, I gotta now go boost up their systems a little bit more. Okay? Oh, I found this at Sprouts, which they're really loving. And it got really good reviews. It's all, you know, it's not FDA approved. Sorry. If you're here and you need it to be FDA approved, jump off this live. It's from Planetary Herbals, okay? Oh, it's called Well Child. I didn't even look at that. I was looking at the ingredients. So it's an echinacea elderberry herbal syrup. It's 2 ounces, and it was like $10. And the ingredients, here are the ingredients. Water. They've got lemon balm and cassia bark, licorice root, chamomile flower. Ooh, I don't know if I like vegetable glycerin. Do you see? Do you see? Now I gotta look up how to just do this myself. Okay, everything sucks 2019. Hashtag everything sells out 2019. Hashtag do it yourself 2019. I just can't. Forget it. Forget what I was saying. I mean, they love this. It's an herbal supplement. And it's 1,000,000 times safer than Tylenol, but now I gotta look up this shit. It's probably what allows it to last in my fridge, right? Whatever those ingredients are. I just, you know what? I'm spent. I am spent. I can't with you guys. I can't with you guys. Hashtag I have to make this. Hashtag I have to be an adult. Hashtag no one taught me this. Hashtag if I knew I had to actually take care of all of these kids, I wouldn't have had all these kids. I'm just kidding. That last hashtag was a joke. That was me being very dark. But you know, it's like, man, you're telling me that I have to now be responsible? Is that what you're saying? That their health is like my responsibility? Is that what you're saying? This is all so hard. I don't like it. I mean, the best I can do is maybe get my kids to a level where they can do this for my grandbabies in the future. Like, can you guys just... Mommy messed up. Mommy messed up. And I do miss it. That's why they say ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is bliss. I miss the days where Jeff and I had not anything to worry about. I mean, we had things to worry about, but we didn't know better. So we were just like, la-di-da. It's okay. It's okay. The government said it's okay. Like, there's this sticker outside McDonald's that says that the products that they use in there are known to cause cancer. But the government wouldn't allow us to get McDonald's at the drive-thru if it was bad for us, right? I gotta jump off this. I'm about to have a breakdown. I'm about to break down on here. I miss when I was parenting and my biggest worry was my kid choking on a Lego or like electrocuting themselves with an outlet. Not the fact that their DNA is being altered. And that I gotta excuse myself because I don't think injecting monkey kidney is gonna make my kids better. But if I think this way, apparently I'm crazy. I'm just crazy. That's it. I mean, I'm just nuts. I'm just crazy. You guys are about to see me lose it. My husband just came home. He's staring at me. He's staring at me, you guys. He's staring at me. And the thing is, I try to break out and have moments like this here because I still need to be like, that's a stress relief for sure. Jesus, come quick. Hey, honey, I know that was really a very unattractive mini meltdown that you just witnessed earlier. Can we just pretend like that didn't happen? Everything is awful. Everything is wrong. But you know what? It's okay. It's great. It's great. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. Everything's terrible though, isn't it? I have sunk to some new lows. I don't trust anything anymore. What's the point? What is the point that I go through all that I need to go through to cook? Like, you know what it costs to make a really like true to the heart, organic, everything type meal for your family? It's not cheap. And then you're going to serve it to your family and you're going to be like, oh, we should be using glass. We shouldn't be using plastic like this. We shouldn't be cooking on stuff like that. What do you want from me though? Because I'm also not ready to just live in the wilderness yet. I just can't do it yet. Clearly, there was a grasshopper because I'm in Vegas, right? And we're going through all of the signs, like all of the signs from the Bible, like the prophecies are happening here. And a grasshopper came into my house last night. And the thing is with grasshoppers, they are not going to, they won't directly affect you, right? They're harmless, but they're indirectly going to affect us all with how they're tearing up all of our crops. So they're literally like, for me, when I see a grasshopper, I'm like, I just can't help but just think about like Moses times. And I'm going, this is dark. But this grasshopper came in here last night. I lost it because he was on my keyboard. My friend Ray, who's in town visiting, was like in the kitchen also trying to like get him. And Jeff was trying to get this grasshopper. And here's the thing, you guys, we never found him. So he's still here. And I'm losing it over a grasshopper. And then my husband's going, so yeah, about the fact that you wanted to go live in the Ozarks and live in like acres of land where there's going to be things like ticks and things like that. Like, how is that going to happen? You're just like, I just want to have what I have and not have all of these things come at me that want to continue to poison me. That's all I want. I don't have big dreams, you guys. I don't have big dreams. I used to want nice things. Now, my big dreams include like surviving to meet my grandkids. This is some man. It's not okay that these are my new desires. Right? Right? I did too. You guys, I'm getting to points. It's so petty points, right? Like if I bring home an organic piece of produce, like the other day, right? When I was like, you guys, 2 out of the 6 organic mangoes that I bought were like awful. And I was like ready to jump in my car and go and return these mangoes. I need to be reimbursed. This is not cheap. Okay, now I need to go be productive with my day. Anyways, I hope some of this was beneficial. Go get your religious exempts, okay? And if you're not religious, go and get religious, okay? Because clearly things are going on. And who am I? You know, like I said, who am I at the end of the day? Who am I to stop prophecy? If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. I just have to be vigilant and I have to be prepared. Who am I to get in the way of the plan, the ultimate plan, which is that you were never supposed to outsource your baby's health and their education to anybody ever. When you look into the history of American schooling, all right, and I actually implore you guys, this is a great read, so long as Amazon still sells it. Where's that book? Where is it? Did you put away my American education book? The history of American education? Anyway, it's on Amazon. Look up the history of American education. John Taylor Gatto, okay? And he will tell you that when they first proposed this idea that not even 100 years ago, that kids needed to be shoveled off for 8 hours a day to be taught by a stranger, there were parents that actually fought and died because that was such a crazy, scary concept to them. And now you got parents freaking fighting so that their kids can be taught by complete strangers. Isn't it just like, it's just really interesting to me. Really interesting. And then you got to get these 2 books before they pull them too. You see these 2 books right here? Look at this. Oh, wait, not these Merc manuals. Okay, these books here. The Gallic War by Caesar and Leviathan by Thomas Hobbes. You see these books? Okay. These books used to be taught. There was a time in our history in America where those books were taught to 7th grade level. What are the 7th graders reading right now? Freaking Jungle Book. Go buy books like that, because guess who's still learning those books? Guess who still has to read those books and in Latin? The elites and their kids. All of their kids get that education. Your kids don't. Why did they pull those books? Because those books are about, the Gallic Wars is about how a very, very small group of people, a small army, was able to take down the largest armies out there, okay? And wonder why they don't teach that. And Leviathan is about the power of the one human being, one mind, okay? And what one human being can do to change an entire course of history and an entire way of thinking for the masses. Why do you think that they're no longer letting your kids learn about these books? Why do you think? So they're pulling that. And it's just fascinating. It's fascinating to see what these kids used to learn back then when parents were teaching their kids too, versus what it is now. Anyways, I feel like I've taken you guys down enough rabbit holes for the day. I gotta go continue to look. If you're waiting on my documentary list for the monolith thing, the megaliths and all that, I will send that. It's just, if you've emailed me, I'm just still going through them right now. I'm only like a few hours deep. I still have like 9 more hours to go on this new thing of stuff that they've hidden from us. So let me catch my breath. I'm still sane. I still have a purpose. I'm not catch my breath, and we will chat soon. Okay. Let's see. Lyra's on here. Part of the generation that will help correct everything. I know our kids need to be the ones. The next generation, for some of us that are our age already, there's no hope for them. Like, there's no hope, right? You see some of these mombies out there, and you're going, there's no chance. Yeah, no. It has to be our kids. It has to be our kids that do it. So, all right. I gotta go be productive. You guys have a great afternoon. Okay, so it was Gallic Wars and then Leviathan by Thomas Hobbes. And then tell yourself how 12-year-olds 100 years ago were reading and writing in Latin and English, and how 12-year-olds today, look at them. Just look at what the average 12-year-old is capable of doing today. It's like, you're underestimating kids, okay? Kids are geniuses. Kids are geniuses, but as a society, we've taken away so much of their power, and we've told them the opposite of what is completely true. All right? Okay, I gotta go. Bye, guys.